Hello, hello, and this is my second recording. I'm going to try to speak slowly, clearly, and pray that the sound comes up and you can actually understand it. If you only get bits and pieces of the sound, look at the pictures. God will pull it together for y'all. Um, I'm using Manicam, and I'm told that that is giving me the problem. But hey, dealing with brain damage, remember, I'm going to do my best. Okay, let's zoom in here, and I'll try to show you what I've got here. This is the matrix that I did on BRI Live, and it's about um, the stone gray, straight up and down, and then it goes into Holy over here to the left, and then it goes down to Heidi, and it says found right under Heidi's name. Heidi is the one that found this on the Omer Trail. Okay, she was led to find this. It's the sword and stone. Um, my name's in there because I found it in the Bible codes, really. I did photograph it. Later, I'm going to show you pictures of the pictures that I took that a very mysterious name was written across a solid background that I photographed it with, and it doesn't make sense that that was there, and it's not super legible. You can't tell it's a word. I'm not sure. Um, I'll get to that later. Um, the Grail is the access term. The trail down here doesn't look like it, but that's trail because it was found on the Omar Trail across the bottom. Then up here to the right, um, sorry, okay, it says down at an angle here, it says false. Up at the top, it says will come. Profit, so false prophet will come. Okay. Um, and in case you want to know who the uh, false prophet is, I mean, we know there's layers of it. We know the Pope is evil beyond evil. But I'll go down here and so that you can really see this better if you need to. Holy Grail and the stone stuff. You see this one right here, in the middle, sword in the stone. Okay, and then the little picture at the top of the Moses vessel here, showing what looks like a sword, drawn in the stone. Now I can't make it out necessarily on this picture, but if you will go to this guy's website, YouTube, and then go to the About section, find the links. Um, the Celio Arrival guy, he's the one that has it right now, claiming to be one of the two witnesses. What the Lord told me is that we'll use this vessel to fool even the very elect if it were possible, because this is the crown. The Holy Grail is, it's also called the crown. Um, markings of it to be a crown. Um, Also in this, you have star constellations. I really encourage y'all to, go to this guy's website. Keep in mind, his intention is to unite Christian, Jews, and Muslims, one world government. Okay, and he proclaims that Jesus, Yeshua, is not deity, and he he praises Allah and the Quran and all that stuff. So, bad guy, if you go to the About section, you'll find out that they are connected with Chabad. Chabad is the one that is rebuilding the temple, their witchcraft, Kabbalah, all that stuff. But they've got it. You know, Nimrod had it for a while. He was king of the world. It only makes sense that this was given back by Heidi. She gave it to him 7 years ago. Well, another story, but I've had my attempts on my life. 2 doctors in the last 7 years. The first doctor was only a month after I photographed the vessel. And the next doctor is who caused the 2 strokes. And then tried, after I got out of the hospital, to re-up my prescriptions. I had to go back to her. That's the only primary care I had. She said she had filled the prescription. 2 weeks later, I found out she cut my major prescription in half and refused to give me any more medicine. I talked to her 5 times a day, 2 supervisors at Sadler Clinic here in the North Houston area, and they were going to let me die. They were not going to give me my medicine. My pharmacist stood up for me and got my medicine, and I prayed Sadler Clinic down. They are gone. That doctor, when their Sadler Clinic closed down, the second doctor that caused a stroke actually moved in the same building as the first doctor that had caused me a major accident because my blood pressure was overdosed. I had 2 doctors come to the hospital. I had, 24 hours observation. 3 doctors, white doctors, American doctors, tell me 100 milligrams of atenolol. They knew, but I didn't catch on until 7 years later. I didn't realize. But I believe the faithful covenant is Heidi. Okay, maybe curse was provided by them. Heidi did all the work, all the documentation on this. Take it to lab after lab after lab. She gave me the paperwork on that documentation. It's a real deal, you guys. And Nimrod is real, and believe me, it's all about the Muslim religion right now. Even though, they're going to claim whatever they're going to claim, but be aware they're going to use that. And actually, God's allowed it. He said He was going to send a being. Well, He has, and He's historical evidence of the stone vessel, the Holy Grail, and the legendary um, part. I'm not sure what that is, but this is a story. You can find it there at that website. You can find all of it. You have to read it. But it tells the whole story. It's most of all of Heidi's work. They have added to it, about the whole Muslim thing. So be aware. Melchizedek was given after Nimrod was killed. Okay? Abraham was alive at the same time with him. Nimrod was killed, and Melchizedek gave Abraham this vessel because Abraham now was king of the world, but he sure didn't act like it, right? Very humble, wonderful, wonderful man. If you get a chance, you listen to the book of Jubilees, you fall in love with Father Abraham. I know I did. Jacob had it. It was a birthright, okay? The crown, it was a birthright. So this is the stone that Jacob laid his head on. This is a stone that he had to fight an angel all night over, okay? Oh, I hope y'all can see this. Let's see. Hope you can read, because I know oh, I pray y'all can read this. Father, let him see. But you can go to the guy's website and check it out. what he not. Now I want to tell you, Heidi's father, okay, was the explorer that went to Mount Ararat. Um, I think it was 1960, 59 or 60. Um, he went up there and found a big plank of wood from Noah's boat. I hate to call it the ark because I believe the ark was in the boat. Um, and this was another expedition because this big chunk of wood we're looking at, this was, I think, in the 70s. They went back, 70s or 80s. They went back and, yeah, I don't know that they cut this. They may have found it, already cut like that and pulled it off of the ship. But this is not the same plank of wood that Heidi's father found. It is now back with Carl Ball Creation Museum, Glen Road, Texas. And I spoke to Carl less than a month ago. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Time. Also, what's neat about this vessel is it's a panoramic view. A whole vessel has the panoramic view, the lay of the land, all the way wrapped around the vessel. It's like, um, Moses knew exactly where to go because this vessel showed it. You could stand there and look at the mountains all the way around. It was the same shape. Everything was there about the mountain. So that was really cool. First road map, you guys. So anyway, you see, excuse me, you see what they're doing, this Elijah Rival. Check out his website. You'll see what I'm talking about. Disregard everything he says about Muhammad and the Quran and all that. Just look at the evidence, and you'll be able to see a lot of it. That was, like I said, that was Heidi stuff. But look what it's got there on his website. The King David throne within chess game. Now, anymore, because I've learned so much, I know a chess game is all about the Illuminati. It's all about control. It's all about the winner of the game. Okay? They are declaring the kingship of the legitimate Mahdi. Wrong. For a time. I'm pretty much convinced that whenever this so-called Mahdi, the whole world recognizes the Mahdi, that it's to be somebody y'all seen here for the last few years, posing as Michelle, and we know Michelle's not. But anyway, I'll go into that. Also, there's a lot written on the White Horse Prophecy, the succession of the king. Okay. King David. Now, this stone that it's setting on, there's a lot of scripture that backs this up. This is like a stone that was thrown away or whatever in the last temple when it was destroyed. Well, Knights, Templars, and all that, they've been hunting for all this stuff. They found it, and this is the coronation stone. This is a stone that every king, queen, whatever, all the royalty around the world, even, a lot of different countries, they'll use that stone, sit on or whatever, so that they can be, have their coronation with that, and declare themselves king, whatever. But they've always been looking for this Holy Grail, the sword and the stone. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. God would let him have it until it was time. Jeremiah was told to take this and put it away for many days. Heidi found it, I think, in like 98, 97, 98. That's whenever she was led there near the Mount Medea. Um, there was a lot of shops. She was led up on a hill away from the rest of the shops to another one. Then up in the far high corner back of the store is where she found this. She bought it for the equivalent of 3 pieces of silver, and of course wrapped it all up in the flight home. Things were torn up around it, but it was fine. And Heidi took this to small churches, people's houses for a few years. The antiquities department in Israel were chasing her. So less than a month, or right about a month after I photographed it, and she gave it back to them. Her last words to me after I photographed it was, "It was going in the hands of bad people." So God had told Carl Ball was kind of confused. He's like, "Why would she give that to him?" He didn't realize that God had a plan, but he did. So anyway, this is I've got so far. Now this is a little matrix that I had done early on when I was looking at um, the Grail. And okay, I believe up at the top here it says mountains, but that's not in there. A ephod straight up and down. Noah over here. Grail straight up and down. That's the Agnes term. Sent straight up and down. Old straight up and down. Figs. The book of Adam and Eve. God gave him a fig the size of that Grail. Prehistoric figs, because he only gave him 2. And oh dear, I don't know what that word is right there. It's his cave. They found it. It was in the cave of treasure that he was first given that. Adam was given that. Here's Omar again. Enoch. Enoch had the ephod. All right. Enoch was actually probably first king. Um, I didn't realize that. I listened to the book of Jasher today. Just kind of get my bearings straight. But yeah, Enoch had it. And let's see. I can't read that on the top there. It's called Truth Stone. That's an angle. Truth, and then right across it, stone. It's about that. Because I wish I could get it a whole lot better. And then, of course, the arc is here too. Okay, well, that'll do it for today. Or that'll do it for this one. Hopefully I'll get another one out that'll make some sense to y'all. And I just pray that y'all can hear my voice. But God bless you. More to come. Praise Yeshua. Y'all keep on keeping on. Keep your mind stayed on Yeshua. You'll be fine. Okay. And find out where. All right. God bless. Bye.